Azad sir, I appreciate you joining to us. First of all, how do you see today's verdict being pronounced by the SC?
Well, I have spoken a lot in the parliament when the Article 370 was being abrogated in both the houses of the parliament. I think from Jammu Kashmir, I got an opportunity to speak a lot. Unfortunately, the other political parties who were directly representing the people of Jammu Kashmir, there is a nation conference, they had 3 members of parliament, Lok Sabha, where 2 were present, they didn't open their mouth. Now the regional party is making a lot of hue and cry. But that was the time, that was the forum where abrogation was being discussed. There they kept mum and very patiently listened to the speech of the Home Minister. Well, I had the guts to speak for more than 1 hour and also disrupt the speech of the Home Minister on a number of occasions. So my anger and my concern I have shown in the parliament not only once but on a number of occasions. I thought then, and I can say today also, that it was...
All right, so that's another voice coming in of the DPAP president saying that the people of Jammu and Kashmir will be very unhappy with this decision of the top court. Similar social media updates and reactions continue to trickle in. Pranesh is joining us with more. Pranesh, over to you.
You know, the point that Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan, our executive editor, was making, I just want to add to that point because here's another tweet by Omar Abdullah. Now, in this tweet, Omar Abdullah is saying that he's disappointed, not disheartened. And then look at the next part here. The struggle will continue. It took the BJP decades to reach here. We are also prepared for the long haul. Now the Supreme Court and the CGI no less said that the purpose of Article 370 was the constitutional integration of Jammu and Kashmir and not otherwise. He used the word constitutional disintegration also to show a contrast. What struggle is Omar Abdullah talking about? We will have to wait for the reactions to come in. But on expected lines, after the setback from the Supreme Court, where the court upheld unanimously the validity of the centre's abrogation of Article 370 move, also the constitutional importance of what has been done by a presidential order. Obviously, the Gupkar ecosystem, as we call them, is completely rattled, Tritswin.
Absolutely rattled and very, very upset. Harish continues to stay on with us as well. Harish, you know, Pranesh was talking about CGI's reference to Article 373, which was introduced for constitutional integration and not for constitutional disintegration. But look at the kind of reactions coming in and on expected lines, most certainly. But you were trying to highlight, you know, the top court's biggest observations made earlier today. Over to you.
Yes, that's right. The emphasis, in fact, was on Article 373. Remember, the petitioners, large number of politicians from Jammu Kashmir, most of them belonging to the National Conference, had vehemently argued that under Article 373, there is a provision to amend or scrap 370, but the concurrence recommendation of the State Assembly or the Constituent Assembly is required. But Supreme Court has vehemently ruled that once Constituent Assembly has been dissolved in 1957, now the President himself has a power to amend or scrap Article 370 and it's called, it's a valid exercise of constitutional power by the President on August 5, 2019. And the other big takeaways are that Supreme Court has said that democracy should return to the Jammu Kashmir and has said that, set a deadline like September 30, by September 30, 2024, elections should be held in the state of Jammu Kashmir, and also as early as possible the statehood should be restored to the union territories of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. Remember, there were very pointed questions even during the hearing. Tushar Mehta, the Solicitor General, was told that democracy should return and reducing the status of a state to a union territory, that is not advisable, and also said that as early as possible statehood should be restored and it cannot be a permanent phenomenon. So that is in fact reflected in the judgment. Also, the Supreme Court has said that elections should be held by September 30, 2024 and statehood should be restored to Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh as early as possible. And coming to some other observations, the court has said that the power of the president under Article 373 to issue a notification that Article 370 ceases to exist subsists even after dissolution of Jammu Kashmir Constituent Assembly. And another very important observation from the Supreme Court is that once the Maharaja of the Jammu Kashmir decided to accede to India, decided to join Indian Union, there cannot be separate sovereignty for Jammu Kashmir. There cannot be an internal sovereignty. So the center can make law regarding this state on all aspects, not just defense, communication and foreign affairs. So these are one of the important observations on the basis of which the Supreme Court has, in a very historic landmark judgment, upheld the abrogation of Article 370. Back to you.
Absolutely.